Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to CAGR Framework, that is a career growth program which we have invited all of you, and I'm glad that you all have joined with full energy and you wanted to do something for your career. I'm sure this program is going to help you to plan your career and maintain your growth. At the same time, the idea is to compound your growth annually. So let's begin. I am your facilitator for this session today. My name is Dr. Swati Verma Sood, and I'm sure you all have checked my profile, which we have shared as a link. To add to that, I also wanted to inform that helping people in their career or doing the capacity building is one of my mission, and in this particular year I have taken this as a mission to help almost 1,000 people personally. Okay, so 1,000 people personally will get benefited by this beautiful framework and able to to grow in their journey and compound their growth. So that is what is a beautiful idea behind this program, and that's what is my mission, to help people by learning this framework. I can see Mahendra has joined, so welcome Mahendra, and thank you for joining. Okay, hi, welcome Divya. So as I mentioned right away that we are going ahead with the CAGR framework, and this beautiful program is going to portray a lot of change in your journey. So let's begin. Let's understand what is it all about, and I'm sure this is going to help you. I only need that a little participation as and when possible required, so that you can get benefited to know about this program. So let's begin. Before that, I want to clap for all of you because you joined and you are excited for this to grow exponentially in your success journey. So as
Thank
we
you.
are,
Thank you, Doctor.
thank you so much, Mr. Ratnakar. So we are now moving on to understand CAGR. So the idea is, how do I compound my growth? So a lot of confusions sometimes we have, like what is the right journey, right? What should I do? Because we keep on hearing from a lot of people. We keep on knowing a lot of things around, but what is something which is for me? That is very important for us to know, isn't it? Because everyone need something which is different. Everyone is like requiring something which is important and more connected to their own profile, and that's where you always should have your own program by using some proper tool which is more effective for your own growth. So CAGR is the framework. With my own experience, almost 20 plus years of experience I had in number of sectors, and I have identified like this is the flow that if everyone will try and follow this, will definitely get a good growth or multiply their growth uh, for sure. So I'm sure that you all are also excited to know what is it. So let's begin. Let's begin with a small activity. And here I'm sure you are seeing some images. And these are all people who are known to all of us, right? So I don't have to name any one of them, and they are known to us. I'm sure you all also have some role model in your life. Right? These are the people who are a role model of many people. Some youngsters are like following sports They are liking the sports people. Some of us are liking the stars of the millennium, and even the political leaders who are doing and who have done wonderful things in past, and they are doing something right now, and that's why we are following them. We are taking them as a role model. Do you have some role model? If you have, can you write that in the chat box if possible for you? Any role model you have, and why that person is your role model? That is what I want to know. And maybe if you keep on doing what I am guiding you, will give you a brief idea or discovery about yourself. So I just wanted to know, if you can write in the chat box if you have any role model. I'm not asking you to identify from these images. Basically, I want you to think like, who is your role model? Maybe someone from the uh, business sector, they may be someone from the political background, they may be from anywhere. So if you like to share, please do that. No problem. I think still people thinking. So nothing to worry. Um, just think about, like, if you have some ideal in your mind, you should start following. And Mr. Ratnakar has mentioned Mr. Modi. I'm sure that you have something in about Mr. Modi, some visuals, maybe some thought process behind that. Why Mr. Narendra Modi, right? So he is a leader of a nation, and of course we all are grateful for a lot of good things he is doing for us. So I'm sure there are other role models also people are having. Even I have a role model. Doesn't mean that someone from outside. Role model can be anyone. Role model can be our own father. Role model can be your own mother, right? So role model can be anyone who inspires us, who gives some kind of a I don't know, like, I should say, like, spark in yourself. That kind of a role model we all have. And why we follow them, this is very important. Why I asked you to think about it. Why we follow them? What is something which is giving that spark, a personality of that person, right? So personality, which is basically influencing you for something. It can be anything. Like, if I like a star because they dress up very well, they present themselves very well, so maybe that is one reason. Aura which is coming out, influential. Maybe someone who is inspiring you for something, a very good speaker, motivating someone, or anything else. So influential, inspiring. At the same time, the third eye is important. Why that person became important in our life. uh, is it to everyone the audio is not clear, or is it to only Mr. Iyer the audio is not clear? Can anyone confirm, please? Meghna, is my audio clear to you? Iyer, sir, you have to just add your audio, because your only video I can see which is added. Meghna, can you please help Mr. Iyer to join his audio? His audio is not connected.
Sure.
Thank you so much. So I'm sure that he'll connect. So yeah, so I was talking about the personality. Three very important things: influential, inspiring, and how that person became important in our life. That is the personality, which is, somewhere we can take that as a role model or ideal of our life. Now that personality, now my question is, if someone who is your role model, is, we can say, of famous. I'm not saying famous only means that when they are on the screen. Famous means wherever you are, like, in your office, in your society, in your club, wherever you are, if people are looking at you as a personality, to come to you, ask something to you, take consultation, whatever, want to discuss, that person is also famous. So famous does not mean that someone is on the screen is only famous, right? So the personality, something which will make you different from other person, something which is like, uh, it become making you more charismatic, magnetic, for in others' life. So that is what I'm talking about over here. Now, what is that? Is it uh, a cash which is making someone a famous? What do you think? If I ask all of you, do you think the money is going to make anyone, kind of a famous person, a personality, or it's something else? Anyone would like to reply? Is it something else, or it's money, a cash, someone who is very rich? Okay, any replies? Is it money? I believe that it's not money, it's much more than that money. Okay, if I just change this cash or this C in the cash to K, it will become this cash. Okay, it's KASH, which is something basically, yeah. So I can see some replies. It's not money, it's a lot of other things. And thank you so much for writing. Attitude is one of the things. If I just change this C to K, it will become KASH, right? Cash. This cash is basically helping people, knowledge, attitude, skills, and habit. These are the four things. If we carry with us, this cash will automatically flow in. At the same time, we will also become from an ordinary personality to an extraordinary personality, right? Are you getting my point? If we just, try to bring it, all the people we have seen in the last slide, they have worked on these four major parameters, and they that made them, from ordinary personality to a extraordinary personality, famous in their own zone. So the first important message which I want to give all of you before I go ahead and start working on the framework is that keep KASH cash in your mind and keep on working on this cash. How many of you agree to this? Before I go ahead and work on how my success looks like. So to the people who have, who joined and who really wants to work on uh, these aspects, I request, if in case you have a notebook, please take a pen or a paper, or if possible, to open a Word file, please open a Word file, because now I'm going to help you to discover you. Okay. So, how my success looks like is something where I am going to ask you a few questions, and we will try to discover where I am and what I need to do. Okay. So, I request the people, please open your Word file, or you take your notebook or a pen and try to give quick replies to the question I'm going to ask you. And I'm also sharing the file, Word file over here, so that you can also see the question. And in case you miss anything, you can keep on replying, right? So, uh, 1 second, I'm just sharing the screen. And please confirm me, is this Word file is visible to all of you? So I can see on my other camera that this file is visible. Now this is very, very important, document which I want you to make for yourself. Okay. And it's a kind of a self discovery. We will take only 2 minutes per question. Okay. So I don't want you to be in very much hurry, but yes, I want you to think, and you can even, keep on talking about this later also, even after the session. Right. So can we begin? Um, so how my success looks like in that, the first question to all of you is, what do I want to achieve? Now, this is very, very important question. I want you to write the question also. what do I want to achieve? Though I don't mind sharing this particular word file with all of you after the session, but the answers I have I have written over here is just a hint to all of you. Okay, so please don't just copy what I have written. I have also written something that will give you a hint over here. Okay. So the first question what I mentioned is, what do I want to achieve? Please write something like, I want to become something, or I want to reach to that peak, to that, whatever is there in your mind. Just I want you to close your eyes, and because I'm giving 2 minutes to every one of you, right? So 2 minutes, just think and write the answer for yourself. What do I want to achieve? Very, very important question.
Password
I request
just 1 second.
I request you to please mute. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. So yeah, so the first question, please try and quickly think, what do I want to achieve? Okay, the first clarity is very, very important. So when you are done, please tell me. And then I'll move on to the next question. But this document or this particular assessment, I'll say, which I've created though, is very, very powerful. It's going to give you a lot of potential in your thought process. So please keep on doing along with me. There are some 7-8 questions only which we are going to answer for ourselves. Okay. So instead of chat, Mr. Ratnakar, I have requested everyone to do it in your file, maybe in a Word file, because I want you to keep this with you. Keep it in front of you. So either do it in a Word file, or you can do it in the notebook. Okay. Whatever is available to you, notebook or a pen, you can even write your answers over there. So I believe that as Mr. Ratnakar has set an example in the chat box, so maybe others can also write something similar to that. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Ratnakar, to set an example for others. And now I'm moving on to the next question. And I believe like you have written something right now. Please don't worry. We are not looking for perfection in one go. It is not possible, right? So if anyone here is a perfectionist, so please don't try to do that, because this is something which we have to keep on crunching time to time. So we will only, whatever is coming in your mind right now, just write that. Okay. So moving on to the question number 2, what are my responsibilities? Okay, very simple question though, but I want you to write it. What are my responsibilities? It can be anything, like I have given you examples. Now these examples are only to give you some thoughts in your mind, but you can think beyond also. Okay, so something I have written is like taking care of a family. It can be parents, it can be wife or a kid, or all together, maybe siblings or others, because we all are in different phase of our life. We all are in different age groups. We all are doing already something which is wonderful, but yes, of course, that growth is required. If we are stuck somewhere, we have to come out of that. So what are my responsibilities is very, very important, should be written clearly over here. Okay, and responsibilities does not just confined to the family. It is more than that. It can be, if you're running a business, you have a responsibility for your colleagues. You have a responsibility for maybe society. Maybe if you are working in some kind of infrastructure, if you are in a setup, in an organization, then maybe a responsibility for your teams. So a lot of responsibilities are there. So right now I'm just talking about what are your immediate responsibilities for which you feel responsible. Okay, where you have to take care of them. Okay, so basically those responsibilities. I'm sure you have written something right now. Going on to the next question, The next thing, other than responsibility, what are my dreams? Okay. Number three is very, very important, that we should also have a a written statement that these are my dreams. I have written few, for example, over here, like securing my future. I'm sure everyone who is working, who is having a responsibility, they always want to secure the future. It may be making some assets, so that when I grow old, when I won't be able to work, I should have some assets which will help me to earn. It can be multiplying income, it can be, what I will do after retirement, or looking for a retirement after any particular age group, or maybe you want to provide some leisures, relaxations to your family, taking out them, or taking for them for some international trips, or socializing, or fun-filled weekends, or any other. What are your dreams? A bucket list. We always, nowadays this term is very, very famous, bucket list. So, what is your own bucket list? And what do you want to fulfill? And that dream is very, very important. So I want you to write the dreams over here. I've given you a number of examples. Moving on to question number 4 is, where am I right now in my career? So now we have very important three things we have written already as question number 1, 2, and 3. We have written that what I want to achieve, it means where I want to go. What is something where I want to reach? We have written that. What are my responsibilities which I have to take care, and what are my dreams? Looking at these three answers, now my question to all of you is, where am I right now in my career? Right? So I have written start, mid, and advance. Now, start, mid, and advance has a different ways of looking out that. Start, mid, and advance can go with the age group as well, or wherever you are, in whatever age group you are, if in case you have started moving towards what you want to achieve now, because we don't know in which age we realize that this is something which I always wanted to do, you know this is something which is going to give a spark in me. So this also happens. So though if we just go by the age group, if I say start, maybe when we get into the professional journey, when we start taking it little seriously, is the age group like 25. Though people the kids nowadays started little early, maybe 17, 18, they'll start working here there, but they're not that serious. So I'll always think that 25 is the age where we start understanding the seriousness of the work which we are doing. So 25 to 35 is, of course, a very, very crucial years for anyone who really want to perform in their career. So start is very important. So maybe you all are in some age group. So if you are in between 25 to 35 age group, and then you just realize that this is what I want to achieve, then you can write a start for yourself. And if you are already working, because we are also talking about the responsibility dream, so looking at all of that, how much you are fulfilling. So you also have to see that, okay, I reached already, I'm able to fulfill my basic responsibilities. So you can even write mid. Okay. So if you are already fulfilling some responsibilities, or at least the basic responsibilities, you can write, I'm mid of that, mid of achieving what I want to achieve. Or if you have reached to some place where you are taking care of your basic responsibilities, and also some dreams which you are planning, because dreams are never ending. So the bucket list will keep on adding. If you finish something, then you want to do something else. So you can even write that I'm advancing towards something. Okay, so maybe advance. So fourth question which we have asked, I have asked you, I've also given you the age group. In case you can also write in as in the age, like if you are between 25 to 35, you can write starting of something, or 35 to 45 is like mid, or 45 to 55, because though the retirement age is 60, but we always say like till 55 we are little good energetic, but maybe after that we start losing some energy. Okay, so that happens, and it's normal, right? It's normal with the human being, so nothing to worry. This is the right time we should start. age is not a factor for any kind of a stoppage of the growth. So, so fourth question. Moving on to the fifth one, which is now we have a little clarity. Okay, I'm able to do something. I'm able to fulfill some responsibilities. Is there if in case you are writing it with me? So let's move on to the fifth question, which is very, very important. What is my current monthly income? Okay, write that. What is your current monthly income? uh, we have to, of course, like if you are working, if you are a business person, you can go for something which is average for you, but I'm talking about the monthly. For me, monthly is very important. So please write something which is monthly. It can be anything, so don't worry. It can be 10,000, it can be 1 lakh, it can be 2 lakh, it can be 10 lakh, whatever, wherever you are, because we all have a different achievement to do. We all have a different visions which we where we want to reach. So it can be something different for it can be different for everyone. Okay, so whatever it is, something which is close to exact. Okay, so you can write that. So what is your current monthly income? Okay, monthly. So that's I'm focusing over here. Now I want you to write, you have written all the responsibilities in question number 2. But my sixth question is, what are my minimum responsibilities? Now, minimum is something which is very immediate that you have to take care. Okay. And for that, you need an income every month is your minimum responsibilities. And in answer, you must be seeing M and F is written. M over here is me. Okay, because many a times when it comes to responsibility, we start looking for other things which is around. Oh, my mother, father, my kids, or maybe my wife, or something else, but we forget about ourselves. So this is very important that you think of yourself and then your family or any other thing. If in case you are in a business or you have employees, I mentioned earlier, right? So we might have those responsibilities as well. So minimum responsibilities you write over here, and once you have that clarity of a minimum responsibility, then my question to all of you is, how much income I need every month to fulfill these minimum responsibilities? Okay, so say for example, if I have written in a month I'm earning, this is an example, 50,000 rupees. Okay, current monthly income, say for example 50,000 rupees, and to fulfill these minimum responsibilities I need 45,000 rupees, then it is fine, I am getting 5,000 extra. Okay, to fulfill this minimum responsibility, in case I need 60,000 rupees, I'm not going very high and very low, so like I'm keeping that balance. So in case I need 60,000 rupees or 80,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, but my earning is 50,000 rupees, somehow I'm managing a lot of things in that. So here your answer is very, very important for me. Question number 7, how much money I need to fulfill my minimum responsibilities? Okay. And once you have written whatever is it, now we have to also check, very important part, that what am I missing from the list of dreams? Because we have talked about only the minimum responsibilities. Okay, so maybe you are not able to fulfill few things which you always wanted to do, maybe going out in the weekends, like weekend trips nowadays. Everyone wants to do that. Weekend outings or socializing maybe, or any kind of adventure trip, or anything, learning something, music, etc., etc. So in your list of dreams, what is something you are missing? Maybe you can write over here. Okay, and this will give you an idea, what do you want, or maybe to achieve something, maybe to learn something, it can be anything, guys. So think beyond. And now I want you to think, how much more income I need to fulfill my dreams. So you have written that to do a minimum responsibility, some amount, as I mentioned, like in case 50,000 I'm earning, and I'm spending 50,000 only for all the responsibilities I have, then I am left with nothing, zero. So I think to fulfill my dreams, I may require more 50,000 rupees, more 30,000 rupees, whatever. Write some amount over here. I need that figure. Figure is very, very important, right? So if I need 50,000 more to do more, to give better to my family, to maybe, my child is asking for some type of a class to join, and I am little stuck because of that, the budget constraint what I am having. Possible, right? Very common thing. So you have to write that. So once you write that how much more you need, now these three questions will give you a clarity that what is the gap percentage. Okay, so if in case I'm getting 50,000 monthly average out I'm doing, and if I'm I'm needing more 30,000, 40,000, or 50,000, maybe the gap percentage is 100%, maybe a gap percentage is 80% or whatever, 50%, right? I hope you all are following me till here. If you are following me till here and answering each and every question, lot of good clarity you must be having now. Okay. And this gap percentage is basically going to help you to go forward in a CAGR framework, right? And that's why we are doing this small assessment today. Now I want you to ask a same question to yourself. Where am I right now in my career? Am I at a start? Am I at a mid? Or am I at an advance? If anyone, I'm sorry, I couldn't see some of the chat messages. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah. So now the same question to all of you. Where am I right now in my career? So if you have answered all these 10 questions, now you have reached to the, one second, I'm going back to my presentation, to something, it's something which is very, very important to know, that what are the gap percentage, what I want to fulfill. This will definitely give you some clarity in your life, right? And I think Meghna has written starting, and I'm sure you all know that you are like able to follow this and able to understand that where you are, or you can rate yourself where you are, start, mid, or advanced, right? Now this is very, very important, and this will tell us the two things for which we all are running is the responsibilities and the dreams, responsibilities and the dreams. And that's how we are in our life, running, 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 earning is required, earning is required, and we are running behind that. But a lot of things we try, we check around, and we start following, but maybe not getting something which is more suitable for you. So the first thing in this, you know, uh, journey of CAGR is a clarity. My dear friends, clarity is the first step. And by using this small assessment, just answering some 7, 8 questions, because 2 questions is like, a same. So 8 questions, you got a good clarity in front of you, that what is something I'm missing? What do I need? I need extra 50,000. I need extra 1 lakh or a 2 lakh or whatever, 10 lakh. Okay. So we all need something, and that clarity is the first step which we need to work on. Clarity is going to give you a very simple answer of what I want to achieve, your clear vision and mission statement. So until and unless there is a clarity in my vision, what do I want to do, you will definitely remain random in your life. If you look at someone to your role model, he do that, I will also try and do that. If you look at someone else, he is doing this, I will also try and do that. Will not work, trust me, right? So clear vision. So once you have a clear vision, and then according to that, You plan your mission statements, and you will definitely follow those mission, and you will be growing. Of course, you will start growing from there. So that's a step one. So channelizing your entire energy to achieve that target. Don't get confused. Most of the time, we are in a confused state. So once we have the clarity, we can channelize our entire energy to achieve that target. We have to have gain that courage to step in the den of the dreams. Many of us are thinking or adjusting in whatever I have, right? So have a courage to step in the den of the dreams, because dreams are so many, but then until and unless we have dreams, we will not put in any effort in our life. That effort will only come when we want to enter, when we gain that courage to, fulfill those. And once we have a courage, we also need very important thing is a commitment to self. So without the commitment, things will not work. So a lot of things I have mentioned in clarity, and I'm sure when we have a clarity, we can do wonders. That is the first very, very important step. And along with that, I also want to help you to know very important thing is connect with the right people. Because what happens, the confusion happens, the cloudiness will come in front of us when we are not connected with the right people. So that connect is very important. To whom you are choosing is very important. Choose for yourself. Connect to those people who will take you towards your journey of achievement, the target what you have kept for yourself, right? So choosing or connecting with the right people is of course in your hand, and entire thing will come in your control, right? And to connect with the right people, I'm also showing you a very simple network map. Wherever you are, as I said, famous does not mean coming on a screen. So if you are working in an office, if you are a businessman, if you are a teacher or trainer, in whichever business you are, okay, in whichever work you are, you should know what is my network. And this small network sample which I'm showing you right now will help you to do that. You can use this kind of a sample network for yourself. And what is it talking about? Individual is you, and with you who are the connections. So you have to mention that who are my direct connection, who is going to be my a person, influential person in my life, or maybe the person who will help me. And through that, what are some other connections what I am having? So something which is direct, something which is indirect, and how they will help you to achieve your targets, your vision. That is what you have to work on by making a network map. So this network map is very, very powerful. This will help you to keep a track of all the connections you have and when to use them. Use does not mean that you are going to misuse of something. Use means that you should know that this is the person who can help me in this, right? So when to use those connections to grow in your journey is very important. You can make this map for yourself, right? So I'm giving you this as a a network map as a gift. Moving on, now we know that C is clarity, right? You must be seeing a rubber band over here. Okay, so I'm sure we all use rubber bands. If in case you have
Dr. Satyavani here.
Hello, Dr. Satyavani. You have some question?
Yeah, I could just brief about a little bit analytical way in related to the network map. Different types of network are there. I mean, how to map the network. Is it related to influencers or motivators or guiders, or could you just give a little bit elaborate in the
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for asking the question on the right time, because I was moving on to the next slide. So yeah, so as Dr. Satyavani has asked, like how we can analyze for ourselves. Very important question, though. As I mentioned over here, that if in case you are in a office, okay, or if in case you are a freelancer, you have to see where I am, what I am. If you are in some kind of a organization, you may have a different type of a network. If you are a freelancer working for like self, maybe you have a different type of a network. Now the network, as you mentioned, that we have to connect with some kind of an influencer, or you have to, no, it's nothing like that. Network means that if in case I want to reach to my vision, and there I need some people who will guide me, say for example, working on the social media platform, and I know, like these are the people who are very good in social media. They are working and doing a lot of good marketing. Let me connect with that person, either directly or indirectly. Directly in the sense, in case you know someone who knows someone else, you can write the name and the number over there, and then you can ask for a favor that I'm working towards it and I need a support. Do you know anyone? I'll say ki, yes, I know someone who is into this. Take the number and connect with that person with the reference of this person, and then try to take a help of that person. Okay, so that kind of a network I'm talking about, the person or the connection who will help you to help in your favor of whatever you want to achieve. So this network will only be clear to you when your things are clear. Okay, so randomly we all have thousands of connection, I'm sure, in your Facebook account, in your Insta account, in your LinkedIn accounts, thousands of people. How many of them are helpful to you? Can anyone over here give me any percentage? 1%, 10%? What percentage of people helped you in your growth as of now? Think about it. You think about it, okay? This is very important point, that you have to think that how many of people. Yeah, so like Dr. Satyavani, you only mentioned 1%. 1%, right? So it means, great, awesome. If you can rename yourself, because I can only see the phone name Android Blue Droid. So I think you can rename yourself so that I know that to whom I'm talking to. Great. So I'm seeing a percentage, like Meghna has mentioned 10%, and I can't see the name. So he's mentioned that some good communities you have connected, right? So I'm sure the social media is helping us, but what is your direct and second direct connect is very important. How many people we are connecting personally is very important. In LinkedIn is a professional platform where we can see that the person is working in which company or what exactly they are doing, because we have more professionals over there. Facebook is more of a the Facebook is the account which is more of a family or a close friends, etc. are there. So maybe if you are connecting with the people, first of all your clarity is very very important. That's where we are moving on and understanding that what exactly we have to do as a next step. Okay, network map will only be helpful when you have a good clarity of your plan. So I believe, Dr. Satyavani, I have answered. I know that getting into the detail will come when we move on to the next step. So I think if you allow me, I will go on and talk about the next thing.
Let's go, ma'am.
Great, thank you so much. So yeah, so I came to this slide earlier, and you were talking about the rubber bands. Okay, so I'm talking about the rubber bands. I'm sure that we all use and know about rubber bands. So like, rubber band is something which is elastic, right? So I have something over here. This is not a rubber band though, this is a balloon. So of course, kind of this elastic. Okay, so I just want you to imagine about the rubber band. Rubber bands I'm talking is because rubber band is of a different size, can be small, big, large, or maybe having a less elasticity, not very strong, or sometimes a very strong rubber band. But rubber band is something which gives us a very good analogy or example for our life. Now, the bands are elastic in nature, okay? Now, every band, either it is a small or a big, if I stretch it, what happens? What happens if I'm stretching it? There is a tension over here, right? In the wire. There's a tension over here. Now, if I stretch it to the strength where I don't want to break it, it will not break. But if I go beyond the strength, it will break, definitely, right? It will tear off because right now I have a balloon. So it will tear off, it will break. But that elasticity is very, very important to understand that what is the elasticity, otherwise it will break. It should not be very old, it should be kept nicely, or maybe we can reuse it for sometimes, not always. So a lot of things will come in your mind as a feature if I talk about a rubber band. But why I'm talking is, if you connect this with your own life as a human, we all are also elastic. Okay, we all are like elastic. Okay, because we have that elasticity in our nature. But then how many of us are using that elasticity to the strength what we have? As per the survey, we are not doing that. We are very, very, very low elasticity because we all are a powerful people, right? There is a lot of potential power in ourselves, but the elasticity is something which we are missing, in the sense we are not using it to the extent what we have. So I'm sure that if we just take this as an example, a band as an example, I want to tell you a very important message is, if you really want to grow in your line, you have to increase your bandwidth. Okay? This bandwidth is very, very important. This the elasticity, increasing elasticity to handle more pressure is very important, because a lot of people, they give up in between. They start doing something and then they will not get the right results, they will not get the answers to their questions, or maybe they will not meet the right people and they give up on that. So that giving up is like, is just stop of whatever you want to achieve. Increasing your bandwidth is very important. There are a number of ways of doing it. Now, bandwidth, when I talk about, a lot of things are involved over there. It can be your, what is stopping you? It can be a health. It can be a thought process. It can be, your day-to-day job in which you are too much occupied, involved. Okay. So if I really want to do something, if I really want to achieve something, that I have to increase the bandwidth, which is very important. So that's why I'm talking about the rubber band right now. If I increase the bandwidth, I will definitely reach to my second thing, which is alignment. Because after getting clarity of what I want to achieve, I need to align myself with my vision and mission, because I'm doing something right now. I'm occupied in something right now. My mind is occupied in something right now. So until and unless I get aligned to what I want to do, until and unless I will take out some time from my current routine, I'll align myself, it will not work. So first thing is, accept the reality which is there in front of you, right? That where I am, assign some of the responsibilities as much possible to someone in the family or the friends, or even if in the office possible, right? Allow me time. Now, until and unless I will give that, the free mind to myself. So if I'm already occupied with 1,000 things, I won't be able to think about that, what I want to achieve and how I want to achieve. Allow me time is very, very important. Align your thoughts and ideas, attain to the planning phase. So until and unless I sit, I think that what is my journey, how do I go there, the thoughts and ideas will not come in, and then you will not move on to the planning phase. But as and when I take out time for thinking, because here your mind, your cognitive brain, your subconscious brain is having all the answers. You only have to sit for some time every day regularly, which will give you the alignment of the thoughts, which will give you a lot of ideas, so that you can enter into the planning phase, a right planning phase. So attend to the planning phase, and you will definitely be able to align the things. This is the second very important step. Like after getting a clarity on what you want to achieve, alignment of your current things with the journey, the growth, what you want for yourself. That alignment is very, very important. So your responsibilities and dreams, which we have seen previously, will come little more closer what you want to achieve. That this journey will become more closer. The gap will reduce slowly because now you are thinking about that. This is very, very deep, right? This is very deep, which if you start following what I'm saying, will definitely understand that clarity and vision and mission, if you have written, then very important is align the things and start planning towards it. Why don't we always do what we are supposed to do is the question to all of you. Why this happens? Very simple three things. There are a lot of, we always say, we know something, right? But sometimes we don't know what to do. I want to achieve that, but I don't know what exactly I want to do. Confusion is there, the cloudiness is there. Don't know why I want to do that, or don't know how to do that. These are the three things where we get confused, right? And if we are not knowing a very important part, second, number two, that is why, then that's where our journey again got confused and stopped. As per the survey also, it says that there are only 10% of people who are purposeful in their nature. Rest 90% of people are not knowing that what they are doing and why they are doing. So that why is very, very important. What is the purpose? And that's why we have done that first assessment to understand what is my purpose. My purpose is to fulfill something, maybe a responsibility, maybe a dream, maybe growing monetary and all those stuff, right? So purposefulness is very, very important. And this, as per the survey, only 10% people are knowing this. They know the purpose of what they are doing. There are less people joined today. They don't know that purpose why they have not joined. They have just enrolled, right? This is the power. And that's where once we are aligned with the ideas, the plans, what we are having, then we have to get into the goal setting, because planning or is like on paper, we have to do the step by step process. So there are phases on which we have to work, and that's where we have to do the goal setting. It cannot be done all together. So the G in CAGR is a goal setting. Now, when you start doing a goal setting and a vision, to achieve my big vision, of course, I need to start with small visions, right? Small visions like starting from planning of one thing as a first step. So phase one, phase two, phase three, like that, I have to move on to achieve my vision. And one very, very beautiful tool which works with everyone is a SMART objective. SMART. I'm sure that if in case you have learned earlier any goal setting programs you have attended, you have seen this SMART objective tool for yourself. And even big organizations, the people, the business people, they use this because this works very well. And this is a part of not only a goal setting, even to set any kind of a objective or a convey any message, this works. Say for example, if I say I want to lose weight, okay, a very common example, many people want to lose weight. So if I say I want to lose weight, okay, weight in the sense, I have not mentioned everything in this sentence. Okay, the people have a lot of questions. If I want to lose weight, how much weight I want to lose, by when I want to lose that weight, okay. So my measures are not clear, my time is not clear in that, and then I cannot talk about achievement and relevance because the statement is incomplete. So goal setting is something like that. We have to set a right objective, okay. So it has to be very specific. If I want to become something XYZ, okay, so that XYZ is specific, but then what are the measures, by when, okay. If I want to achieve some turnover, because here we are talking about the growth, maybe the numbers, or a monetary growth also. So what exactly I want? That's why we have done the first small assessment. What is the number, the measure? Okay. So if I want to earn 10 lakh rupees per month, right? If I am targeting 10 lakh rupees per month, what is the time bound? So right now I am, say for example, at 5. Okay. So if I'm at 5, I want to reach to 10, then the measure is there. Okay, I want to reach to the 10. What is the time bound? So if I'm starting now, at least in a year, I should reach to the level that I will start earning 10 lakh per month. Okay, so that time bound is very, very important. Then only we can start getting into detail of the goals. So how do I start work now so that my earning every month will increase? Okay. So if I'm at 5 right now, I want to increase slowly. So what is going to be my plan of action, my next step? So that steps I have to write, because we all are from the different backgrounds. So here it is going little general though. But you have to work step by step. And when it comes to the goal setting, very, very important thing is you have to make it precise. It has to be a very precise plan. What is the first step? What is the second step? A very simple thing what you can apply is the apply the rule of three. Okay, to achieve the big vision, we have to start from the small vision, as I said. So whatever is your first vision, say for example, to do something, you have to start by learning something, adding some skills in yourself, right? We started with KSH. So that KSH, maybe some knowledge to you, some skills to you is required. So that can be your first step. That if I want to become a digital marketing person, first thing is that I want to learn what is digital marketing, right? The first step is I will have to maybe little bit, I have to do a little bit of investment to learn. How much time I will take to do that? So rule of three works very well. Take 3 short-term goals. So along with that technical thing, what exactly I want to learn? I also need to learn that how business happens. I also need to learn to do a good communication or maybe a negotiation, right? So what exactly are the 3 things which I want to take as a short-term goal, and how much time in a day or a week I can spend? Because I said that we all are already preoccupied. So we have to take time to reach to that vision. So 3 hours per day or maybe 3 days in a week, you choose that, and in 3 months. So rule of three is like that, that we take 3 things for that period and we want to finish that in 3 months. So this works very well because this will help you to design your journey for next 1 year, right? And then slowly you will also understand, okay, if I'm learning for 3 months, I am left with 9 months. Now how my 9 months is going to give me that income? Okay, what I'm targeting. So that's where the rule will help. That will become it, that will make it more precise for yourself. And that where you can start marking your growth status. So when we have a plan, proper Excel sheet, okay, where the preciseness is written from this date to this date, then you can start marking your growth status and slowly start celebrating your small achievements, because those achievements is taking you closer to your bigger target what you have planned for, right? So I'm sure that you are now able to understand that goal setting is a very, very important step, because this is taking you more closure to your responsibilities and dreams gap, that filling the gap which is there, which we have identified, right, through the assessment. Now is the tea time. So guys, when I talk about tea, I'm sure how many of you love tea? You must be thinking that I'm talking about tea in between. Okay. But as an Indian, I am sure that many of us love tea. Yeah. Anyone here who loves tea? So tea or coffee, anything. It doesn't mean that you only have to love tea, but yeah, anything, right? Why I'm talking about tea over here is tea is of course one of very lovely beverage for many of us. Coffee, Meghna has written coffee. Okay, Shankar is saying tea is a medicine for me. Awesome. I'm sure, because after number of hours we need some energy, and maybe tea or a coffee is something which gives that. Right? So I'm sure that in India we love, and if you ask me, like, I always try, I should not take milk tea, but until there is a little milk, it doesn't satisfy me. So I take tea with a little milk always, but I don't want a lot of milk. So thank you, Priyanka. Priyanka also loves tea. Right. So I'm talking about tea over here. I want to know, what are the ingredients we need for a tea? What are some ingredients we need for it? Surely we all know. Of course, we need water. And if you like to have a milk tea, then I can't say much. But normally we always have a water, and then we have a milk, and then of course we need a tea. And if in case you drink sweet tea, then sugar, right? So four things, very, very important. Other than that, to bring a lot of flavors, like you want a ginger, so you can pick a ginger tree, or you can use a masala, so masala tea, or maybe, cardamom or any other thing. Now, to make this small tea, you can imagine, and you can take that energy from the tea by the time I'm talking about this. And why I'm talking about this is something which is making you more, stronger, powerful, or, giving you that energy to work. And maybe, maybe a good time to spend with your friends or a family is require few things which are called as the ingredients of the tea. Until and unless we have those, we cannot have that tea which tastes me, which gives me that energy, isn't it? So without the fourth very important thing, resources, we cannot be able to achieve the target or the goals which we are setting. The fourth R in the framework is the resources. Resources are something which is going to take you to the results what you are desiring, right? So when we set a vision, when we plan for that vision, the one very important thing is the resources. We have to add resources. Resources can be tangible or intangible, right? So tangible, in the tea, things are tangible, and the taste is intangible. The satisfaction of having that is intangible. Am I right? So that satisfaction for that, the result of that tea, we need a right resources. If any of the resource is missing, we will not get that taste. Absolutely right. We also need gas stove. Thank you so much. So we need gas stove, we need, of course, we need all of that, all of that. So I'm also thinking, the Satyavani has added a good thing. So we need lighter, all of that, of course. You're right, absolutely right. Clap for you. Resources is very, very important. So in the framework, the fourth thing which is very important is the resources. We need to work towards the resources, and we should have a proper list of resources. First thing, what is available already, so available resources for the goals you have set, and also check for what is something I need to add as a resource, because that is the thing which is going to take me to gain that satisfaction what I require, the result what I require, right? So that I need to work on. So it can be cash also, right? KSH, cash. So you also have to check that in case I need any kind of a knowledge, it can, or maybe I need to work on some of the attitude which is missing in me, or it can be any kind of a skill or a habit which I want, which I have to inculcate to reach to my vision or a mission, right? And this is also coming in the resources. And other than that, as I said, a lot of tangible things are there, intangible things are there, which we have to work on. Like I always say, ownership. People say, like, the person is becoming, will not become accountable, they need to have a ownership, etc., etc. And we do, when we give a roles to anyone, they feel that, okay, in my company, this is my role, this is what it is written in my job role sheet, so I should do all of this. But that will not bring a ownership in them until and unless they start, you know, of that feeling, that connect will come from inside. So ownership is something which is a emotion, is a behavior. It is not something which can be given to anyone. People will do that, right? So if the ownership will come in, automatically the accountability part will increase. So that's where once we arrange for all the resources which is required slowly, gradually, and it will then fix the ideal design of your career growth, because without the resources it is not possible. We have to see what is something which is missing and arrange for it, and you will appreciate as this is how your success will look like, because now that gap will be filled, because now whatever was missing is now filled, and that's where the connect will be there, the gap will reduce. Now these are the four things which is very very deep. If you understand from my point of view, I tried in this period to give you all the inputs possible by some general examples, but if we really want to work towards it, we need to do each and every step specifically, precisely. How many of you are feeling little confident right now? Yes, I can do it for myself. I can think about the clarity part, because from there the journey is starting. Do you think that yes, if I sit, if I give time, if I just align my things, I'll be able to reach and, you know, multiply my growth? May I ask you? Yes, okay. Thank you. Satyavini is saying she will be able to by using this framework. Others can also mention, get into the precision of each and every step, which is very important. It will definitely give you that, because I myself is doing this for everything what I want to achieve in my success journey. I'm working on this particular part. I'm working on this framework and writing everything and slowly, gradually moving on where I want to, right? And that is what I want all of you to do that. Absolutely right. We have to keep on revising, because revising in the sense, when you grow, you need more. Right? So when we grow, when I learn something, I need to learn more. So that's where your knowledge and skill needs to be upgraded or updated time to time, right? So we need to work on that, and you have to get into more precision. So this will give you a powerful growth framework, and you have to start working towards it. With this, I also wanted to inform all of you that I'm doing a elaborated CAGR framework in this month, okay, because April is already started. So I'm planning to do a elaboration of this particular framework on 29th of April, which is Saturday, and it will be a full day workshop. So there I'm not only informing you, we will work in this entire framework and work it out everything together. And along with that, if in case you come and join this, I'm also working closely on each parameter and giving a 2 months of personal support through a weekly live call or WhatsApp or calls, whatever is possible, but once in a week I'll be connecting with you if you want to work on the elaboration of this and see your growth journey as soon as you are wishing, right? So it's all up to you. And if in case you join for this particular workshop, online workshop for a full day, the original price is 35,000 rupees. But because you all have joined and excited for your growth journey, I'm just giving it in 8,999 to all of you. This is inclusive of taxes. So in case you feel that you want an elaboration in the session and you want to work towards it, you want to see the journey after 2 months when you work towards your achievement, then you can just join this today, tomorrow. You can connect with us. Meghna is connected with all of you, I'm sure. So you can just come back and tell us, and she will help you to enroll for this particular program, which is going to happen on 29th of April. And it's a full day session starting from 10:30 to 5:30. And it's a workshop, okay, where you have to work with me and plan your journey, achievement, what you want to. So that's all from my side. But before I go ahead, I would like to have a quick feedbacks from all of you, and then we can close.
Doctor, before closing this, may I request you to just revise the cash once again? Knowledge,
Absolutely.
attitude, and
Skills and habit.
sorry,
Knowledge, attitude, skills, and habit.
skills,
Yes,
skills and habits.
exactly.
Thank you, thank you.
Great. So that's reminded everyone with the cash, I think. So cash is something which we had started with. So the role models, think of becoming a role model. Though we all have some role model, even I have few, right? So we all should have, because by looking at someone will give us ideas, and it will give a lot of energy to us. Okay, I want to become, one day I want to reach to that level. One day I want to be there. So we all should have that. But along with that, we should also try to make yourself a role model. That influence which I was talking about, inspiration and the importance, okay, what we should always think of that. That will give you a lot of a push to grow and achieve something. So work it out. And if you think of joining me for a full day session, please inform Meghna. She will get in touch with all of you. Anything, anything, Mr. Shankar, you want to add? I'm open to hear before we close this.
Excellent session, Madam. So I joined a little bit late because I was outside in the urgent meeting. So I missed your first 25-30 minutes session, but otherwise it's a fantastic session. Only one thing probably I may suggest, because when you are doing this workshop, are you going to put a focused group? Because, you know, when it comes to goals or career, because there are different stages of people, somebody because who are in early stage, mid-career, or semi-retired, post-retired, because the career goals and navigation, the requirement will be slightly different. So maybe if you have a separate targeted audience for your program, could be a better one. That is what otherwise is a fantastic session. Really appreciate it. I work on, I'm coming with a finance background, so I work on financial goals. So I can very well relate to what you said. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shankar, and helping us know that yes, we should work with the target group. What happens when we do the masterclass? We try to invite and inform everyone that you should work on such type of framework, because without the framework, things will not work. But at the same time, that's why we are doing an elaborated workshop. That's why I planned it on the 29th. And if someone really wants to work on it, any background you belong to, if you work on the elaboration with me, it will help you to design your journey. As I mentioned, 2 months and 3 months. The rule of three always works. So I'm sure that if in case you plan to join on 29th, you will definitely get good clarity and elaboration, and you will start working right from May, because end of this month we will do that, and we will start working on that right from the 1st of May. So that surety I can give.
Perfect.
Great. So thank you so much. If Priyanka is there, Priyanka, I think she got disconnected. No problem. Divya, do you want to add something? Do you want to convey? I think she's a little away. No problem. So guys, I think you all have my contacts with all of you. And I believe that this session, this small information will help you to start doing something. And we will connect soon with more workshops, more such type of a master class. and I will try and bring in lot of good inputs which will help you to grow in your career. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Hi, Meghna.
I know. Yes.
Okay, so finally we only got very few people who joined, is it?